Hi guys and dolls, how are you? I hope you're well and I hope you can hear me. Let me raise my voice a little bit because I do have the fan on. So, past 2 days my knee has been killing me. No, I did not sustain an injury. However, when you have fibro, which is what I have, I literally have a brace for every part of my body, okay? Because I never know which part of my body is going to act a fool next. So that's hello fibro. You know, you just imagine the wheel on Wheel of Fortune, spin the wheel, whatever it lands on, that's the part of the body that gets hurt, you know, gets hurt now. And it's just awful. I thought rain was coming because that's usually an indication that rain is coming. However, I don't think there's rain until next Wednesday, I think. So, for those of you who, I'm doing this randomly because what I wanted to read to you I can't because my other thing that I use, the notebook, whatever the hell you call it, it's not charged and it's a pain in the butt. So anyway, I gotta do things a little differently now. But the reason why I'm so disgusted with the person that I was involved with, just completely disgusted with, angry with, not angry as much, just disgust, because this person knows that they are not right. They know that. They know that. They're in their body. They know what in the hell they're doing. Okay? Narcissists don't do anything that they have no clue what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They just don't care. And as long as life continues to go their way, there's no incentive to care. And that's where I have a problem with a person who's off their rocker. You know that you ain't right, and you gonna continually snare people into your life, you know, because you have selfish needs. And you know you're destructive to people, and you don't give a shit. You gonna keep doing it. So when you meet somebody like me who goes after you like a pit bull, you can't really be shocked, because you're gonna meet somebody who's not a rollover. You're gonna meet somebody who sticks up for herself. You're gonna meet somebody who's gonna cuss your ass to hell and back, because they're not going to take that shit off of you. And just because it worked in the past with young dizzy bitches, that don't mean that's gonna be your future. Because you meet somebody like me, and I will rip into your ass and hurt your little narcissistic fucking feelings, okay? So yeah, people get tired of your shit, and eventually they're going to snap. They refuse to get help. They refuse to get therapy. With that being said, I'm going to give props where props are due, all right? So there is a narcissist. He is a self-aware. Let me repeat that because that's really important, okay? Self-aware narcissist. His wife told him a long time ago when their baby was young, when their son was a baby, she said, "I'm done with you, you're a narcissist." And he was like, "What? Well, you're replaceable anyway." Told his wife, "You're replaceable, like bye." So she up and took the baby. Things in his career were not going well. His grades in school were not going well. And then on top of it, the wife said, "Deuces." All right, and took the baby with her. That's when he hit rock bottom. And that's when he grabbed the bull by the horns, and he looked on the computer, what is a narcissist? And the more he read, the more he was like, oh my God, that's me. The more he read, the more awareness he became, you know, more aware he became. Before I forget to tell you who this person is, his name is Hammack, and you can find him on YouTube. He talks about narcissism from a narcissistic point of view. He is a diagnosed narcissistic personality. He has NPD, narcissist personality disorder, and he's been in therapy for many years now, and he takes it upon himself after he lost everything. That was a bam, bam, bam upside his head, and he decided to take the bull by the horns and go ahead and get some therapy. He's been in therapy for 4 years. Is he still a narcissist? Yes, but he is learning coping skills. He's learning communication skills. He's learning to alter his behavior, because what you do doesn't just impact you, it impacts your wife and your children, because she left him a couple of times. Okay? They eventually got back together, but he had to go into some serious comprehensive therapy in order to get a wake-up call. So he did, and he's been in therapy ever since. He's been in therapy for about 4 years now. He is on YouTube, Lee Hammack. I want to say it's Hammock. Don't quote me, but you'll find him. He's a chocolate guy with dreads. You may have seen him. If you haven't, please go visit his channel, because he's telling you, this is how we are. This is how you avoid people like me. This is how you handle people like me. This is our thought process. You know, I just finished watching a video that he did talking about jealousy when his partner, or when a narc's partner gets ahead in life. The narc gets jealous because they feel like, hey, that should be me. Yeah, you got a master's degree, but if it wasn't for me helping you study, you would never have made it that far. So as far as I'm concerned, that master's degree is my degree too. That's the way they think. You know, yeah, you're excited that you're pregnant in the case of a man and a woman. You know, yeah, you got pregnant, but if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be pregnant, you know. So everything is a competition with them. Whatever you do and whatever excitement you have, well, how come I don't have that excitement? You know, how come this person has millions and millions of followers and my content is better than them? I've done that too, actually, because I've seen some silly ass videos, and you know, I was drunk as hell, and then we got on the Ferris wheel, and I wanted to do things to my boyfriend when we were on the Ferris wheel. People just ate that shit up, and they were just like, ah, that's fascinating. So yeah, that is annoying. You don't have to be a narc to be pissed by that, okay? But there's a jealousy aspect of that with narcissism. Like, how did you get a promotion on a job? I mean, that's not a big deal. You're the manager, whoopee-doo. You're not the only manager in the world, you know? So they downplay your successes, and they're jealous of the success that you make. But my biggest props go to him. My biggest respect goes to him, because he has a disorder that he can't control, but he went to therapy so that he can manage it and stop making his wife and his children's life a living hell. Most narcissists are never going to do that. Never. They're not going to therapy. They ain't changing for no goddamn body. They're going to continue this fake charade, or if you're snooty, charade. They're gonna fake this whole charade in front of, I did it again, charade in front of everybody. I can't talk. Blah, blah, blah. That's a fibro thing too. Your brain's, way you think and speech, your speech is just messed up. But anyway, let's try this again. Everything that encompasses NPD, he is learning through therapy how to communicate, how to lessen the pain and the grief on his family. He doesn't have a typical narcissist mentality. Well, I'm a narc and that's it. No, that's it. Everybody else needs to go to therapy because I damn sure ain't going. That's a typical twisted mentality of a sick ass person who doesn't want to get therapy. So I have a lot of respect for Lee. His wife doesn't call him Lee, so that's not his real, that might be a middle name or something. I don't know. But anyway, public calls him Lee. He considers himself Lee, so whatever. But so yeah, go check out his channel. He has a refreshing perspective on NPD. He admits that he is still a narcissist, but he is learning to soften his hard edges and be easier to live with and easier to you know, communicate with his wife and his children and that kind of thing. And I mean, majority of narcissists are not going to do that. They're not going to therapy. They're not even going to admit that they have anything wrong because they point fingers at everybody else. If everybody else would change their terrible ways and wash their dirty soul, the world would be a better place. And as long as they stay in denial and pretend it's everybody else, they don't have to take responsibility for their own behavior. Okay? So yeah, I got a lot of respect for him. I will always have more respect for him than the individual I was with, thank God, got rid of his ass. I'll have a lot more respect for Lee because he takes responsibility. He's not so full of himself. He's on the lower end of narcs. He's not so full of himself that I'm not getting therapy. That's that. You know, he don't do that. You know, and he has a disorder that he doesn't have any control over. But with therapy, through therapy, he's getting the proper tools so that he reduces the harsh effect of his disorder on the people around him. All right. And I mean, like I said, mucho props to you, Lee. Mucho props to you and your family. I'm proud of you. You know, keep up the good work. So he uses his platform to teach people about narcissism, to teach this is what goes on in their head. You know, he said that he read somewhere that a lady said that she graduated from, she got a degree, and she didn't want to celebrate her success because her boyfriend wouldn't like it. He would be jealous. There's a red flag. If you got to tone down your education, you got to tone down your successes, your degrees, your promotions on the job, because this person will have a problem with it. You better get rid of their asses and have a major party for yourself. You know, call your girls and say, hey, we going to the bar tonight, or we going to do this, or have dinner at the, you know, our favorite seafood restaurant, or whatever it is. We're going to celebrate the fact that I had this success. Your girls, if they're really your friends, will be like, well, hell yeah, what time, girl? I'll be there. Okay? So, you know, the people that support you, you embrace them. The people who cannot support you, fire their asses and move on. Okay? That's what you do. Now, my friend convinced me to go back on POF. You see the look on my face. I find, first of all, back in the day, POF was ghetto, and it was very plain looking. They have obviously through the years fancied up their website. They have made it look more up to date. They've added more graphics to it, so it has this modern flair. Okay, you can either have it for free or you can upgrade and that kind of thing. However, the same people are on there that have always been on dating sites. The only difference is the faces have changed. I got rid of Match.com because it was useless. I got rid of Bumble because it was fucking useless. Everybody wants to suck your money, but nobody wants to give you what the services that you're paying for. So I got rid of both of those, Match and Bumble. And POF is just pissing me off because people lack basic communication skills. They don't have communication skills. How in the hell are you going to have a relationship when you can't even have a goddamn conversation with somebody using proper spelling and proper grammar? Especially for people that went to college. That's how you spell and you went to college, you need to get your money back. Okay? Because issues. They can't commit to shit. They can't even commit to a follow-up conversation from, we should go out. And the next day, well, remember we talked about that yesterday? Let's go ahead and choose a day and time. They can't commit to shit. And they wonder why they're on there. Okay? There's a lot of mistakes that people make on there. It doesn't matter what gender you are. I have a list of those mistakes that are on my phone, which I cannot go over with you right now, but we will go over them soon. I wrote them down. I think I did like 10 or 11 mistakes that I noticed right out the gate looking at people's profile. If you voted for so-and-so, don't talk to me. Motherfucker, they don't have to talk to your ass, number one. Number two, if you're that retarded that you don't know what's happening in your own country, you are mentally obsessed with your politics, no matter how horrible these people behave, you just go, they're still good people. If you're that stupid and blind, deaf and dumb, she don't need to talk to your ass no way. Somebody's political beliefs doesn't have to be identical to yours. Okay? She don't have to work out in the gym 3, 4, 5 times like you do. What you want to do? Date yourself? Because it sounds like you trying to date somebody who's identical to you. The fuck is wrong with... What is wrong with people? What is wrong with them? So anyway, Shut up about politics. Shut the fuck up about politics. You know why? Because politics are based on emotion. And when a topic has that much emotional control over you, you're not responding in a logical manner because you're too emotional. So right out the gate, you're incapable of having a conversation about it because you're jumping off of emotions. Right out the gate, you're acting insane. Keep that out your mouth when you're trying to get to know somebody. You want to make them angry in 30 seconds or less, talk about politics. Oh, I'm so glad I said that. We'll go in more detail about it later. However, do y'all remember me talking to you about how the previous one that I was involved with, okay, barf. Anyway, remember I told you he tried to dominate my conversation? Oh, you ain't said nothing positive since you've been in here, and the world is a happy place, and there's no wars in Iraq or Syria or any other place. I mean, the world is just a happy motherfucking place with cupcakes and, you know, you don't have to fish for fish. They will jump in your basket or jump in your boat because they can't wait to be killed. You know, this kind of stupid, asinine stupidness. There's a term for that, where the whole world's a happy place and you never talk about anything negative and you don't talk about reality. You just perceive the world as a gigantic happy balloon. There's a term for that. You know what it's called? It's called toxic positivity. What? It's called toxic positivity, where the person is basically trying to dominate you and dictate what you say, how you say it, and it's all about control, and it's a twisted, demented, unrealistic reality. It's actually an unreality, all right? Because the world, terrible things happen, period, okay? Don't fucking tell me about positivity and everything should be positive. You tell me how the family's supposed to feel. Both families are supposed to feel when a married couple, newlyweds, left their wedding to go to the reception and got killed on the way to the reception. The family don't want to hear jack shit about turn your frown upside down. Make that a positive thing. Look at it this way. They got married before they died. You know what? That's a good way to get your face punched in. Okay? You don't do that. You don't do that. But the same people that's pressing for the same demented positivity, if something happens to them, they're going to be devastated. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to the positivity? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So anyway, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Real life, people. Real life. Anyway, one more thing I was going to tell you. I want to say the guy's name is Ron Brand. I want to say there was a court proceeding where he is addressing Cockroach Fauci. That's what I call him, Cockroach Fauci. All right, so what happened was this. He addressed him and said, I'm going to paraphrase because I can't get it exactly. He is a type of politician that's going to address you on your dirty ass behavior, so I love him right out the gate. I'm pretty sure that's his name, Ron Brand, I think. But anyway, what happened with COVID, and I'm not going to go into all these intricate whatever. We're going to just keep it basic. I'm not a scientist, so we're going to keep it on a basic level. It was only transmissible through animals. They received funding, the lab in Wuhan received funding from our government, including Cockroach Fauci. They send funding to Wuhan so that Wuhan could figure out a way to make the COVID transmissible to humans. Don't fucking tell me it wasn't on purpose. It damn well was, okay? They could not get it to work. They couldn't get it to work, couldn't get it to work. Somebody has to pay for this research, and somebody had to pay for the funding. Well, Cockroach Fauci said, I didn't pay for that. I don't care how many times you say it. We didn't fund that. Yes, the fuck you did. Somebody funded it because everybody made money off of it. All right? So in order to make it work, they added what's called, it wasn't working. So they kept researching. They ain't going to do research for free, so somebody funded the shit, all right? Obama and Fauci were deeply embedded in that because I saw a picture of the two of those bastards in the Wuhan laboratory way before COVID hit. Cameras don't lie. People lie, cameras don't lie. Anyway, so they created a protein, a spike protein, to help it become transmissible to humans. And Fauci kept lying his ass off. That's not true. That's not true. Blah, blah, blah. Ron had the documentation right in front of him. Okay? They're not going to do any of that for free. Okay? They deliberately made sure that it could be transmitted to humans. Why the fuck would they do that unless they were plotting evil? No legitimate people in the world or beyond the world are going to do something like that unless there's money as an incentive. People will sell their soul straight to the devil, straight to Satan, sell their soul for the right price. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Y'all be cool like ice, and we will talk about those mistakes that people do on their site, men in particular, and it'll be a wake-up call, hopefully. Okay? Yeah, people online, they're pretty much robots. They say the most poetic things in their website. You know, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to die alone. Life is better when you have a partner. I'm this. I'm loving. I'm faithful. I'm loyal. I'm loving. I'm caring. I'm affectionate. And they can't even keep a conversation going more than a few minutes. And you might talk to them the next day, and that's pretty much it. You can't commit to shit. You can't even commit to a conversation. How the hell you gonna have a relationship with somebody? Online or offline? How you gonna do that? You can't. I rest my case. Y'all be cool. Talk to you later. Bye.